How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. My name's Jennifer Fowler, and I will be what we call your in-home therapist for the CCC program.
Okay.
Have you ever been to therapy or anything like that before?
No.
No? Okay. Well, this is what we'll be meeting primarily, but sometimes we'll be going to the home as well. I want to talk just a little bit about the program first. It's called Community Collaborations for Children. It's a program. It's an in-home service where the main goal of the whole program is to keep your family safely together. So what we'll be doing is meeting a little bit in here, just you and I, and then we'll also go into the home and meet with your children as well, and talk about what goals your family would like to see. Some people like choose communication if they're having communication problems. Some people talk about more behavioral issues that they might be having in the home, or if it's a blended family type situation, just to kind of give you some examples. But everybody kind of gets together and we decide what's the best route for your family. And with community collaborations for children, we feel that the family is always the expert of the family. So it's really important that you're kind of running the show in that regard. And then, we help you come up with ways to meet those goals and to eliminate those barriers. So is that kind of how it was explained to you by the social worker?
Yes. I think that was a little bit of a more in-depth.
Right.
But yes.
And another thing that we also do is we try to hook you up with different types of community supports. So if one of the children were having an issue at school, we would maybe do a family team meeting at the school. If there's any kind of other concrete needs that your family is experiencing, we kind of do friendly hands-off. We'll actually take you to that community resource and introduce you and that kind of thing, and make sure that everybody's needs are getting met. It's more of like a holistic approach.
Okay.
Okay. There are some things that are expected of the family, that at least one parent is willing to sign the papers and say that they're gonna be a part of the family. I know that you're a single mom, so I didn't know if anybody else was living in the home with you.
No.
Okay. So it would just be your consent to work with the family, and we do like to meet for 2 to 5 hours a week.
Okay.
And we do our very best to work around your schedule, because we know that as a parent you're very busy. So we just ask that you kind of work with us on that, but we'll do what we can to work around your schedule.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So we talked about that. I do want to go over some important things that I think is very important for anybody in this situation to know. And we have received a referral from DCBS. They had some really positive things to say about your family. I know that you're employed, that you have your own transportation, and your social worker says that you are a very loving and caring parent. So I think that is a really good basis and foundation to start off this intervention with. But she did mention that one of the things that might help the family was more communication skills.
Okay.
So is that something that you felt pretty in tune with?
Yes, I think that we could use help with just communicating well with each other.
Right. I think that's a very common thing for most families. I know it is in my own. So, it's not necessarily labeled a problem, but it's just something that we all can do better.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of like to see it. Things that we can do better, not necessarily things that we aren't doing. Right. But I do want to go over your client's rights, and like I said, I think these are important pieces for you to be informed of. It's called informed consent, and then also, when you're going through a process with DCBS, I think it's really important that you know your rights and that you know how to advocate for yourself and for your children, and to be aware of what you're signing. So we're going to start, and this is our agency's policies first and foremost.
Okay.
You have the right to be treated with consideration and respect. You have the right to be informed of your own condition or proposed current services, treatment or therapies, and of alternatives. You have the right to consent or refuse any services, treatment, or therapy upon full explanation. And that means that this is a voluntary service. And I know sometimes with DCBS it doesn't seem voluntary, but the fact that you're willing to do it is voluntary.
Okay.
So I think again that's another positive strength that you have.